Yo, welcome back everybody to another episode of the Burton Burger podcast. We are on episode 163 minus one. Gotcha, Bert. I knew you were about to pucker up a little bit. 162. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. I'm Burger. The other guy is Bert.
Yeah.
We are BnB. We are Burton Burger. We got a good EP to talk about with you guys today. We got some updates on Burton Burger's TikTok page as always, and we also have a new series that we are going to be debuting today or on this episode, so can't wait to talk to you guys about that as well, and can't wait to look at some topics that Bert brought that I'm literally not gonna fucking care about. So
yeah,
we got
some of these are a little silly, but
some good shit to talk about. So welcome, episode 162 of BnB. All right, so Bert likes to just fucking keep beating the same dead horse over and over and over again. So Bert, why don't we go back and let's talk about Cyberpunk once again, a game that I don't care about, the game that I know the people that I know listen to this show have never played or even watched. So let's go back and talk about something that is not going to be relevant but might have a good story behind it. I hope it's nothing like the talks you've been making of Cyberpunk, where nobody has no idea what the fuck is happening.
Oh no, don't worry. The way I imagine going into this is we've been playing a lot of story games over the past few years, and all of them have a variety of great storytelling. Kind of like, you know, I was gonna go into fucking, Borderlands is fucking cringe, silly slapstick, whatever the fuck. And
I'm already
Gears
playing
of War
Tetris.
is just dog shit. GAO is bad. And I've been seeing like YouTube videos are like, yup, this is the fucking product of millennials in the game writing industry. Like, okay, cool.
The thing with GAO is I don't want to call it bad because I just feel like that is the style they
There's
are
gotta be
trying
somebody who
to
likes
do.
it.
No, I don't give a fuck who likes it. I mean, the fucking pedophiles like the rapist likes the rape part of it. Like, you can't just say somebody likes it, so therefore it's worth it. No.
Somebody's gotta.
That's not at all like what I'm saying. It's just, I think it's they are very intentionally making the game the way that they are. I don't think it's bad design. I think it's what they are doing on purpose. So it's just like, they're like, can't really help you, buddy, if you don't like this kind of gameplay. I mean, this is just how GAO
you know,
is.
if you don't like our comedy.
Yeah, you don't like it, you can leave, like we said in
Bye.
episode 1. Like, so that's how I think of it. It's just like, are we a bad podcast? I mean, yeah, probably, but also it's just like,
for different reasons.
yeah, but it's just like, I feel like a lot of people that go listen to a podcast like ours and like, not for me. Can't even say if it's bad yet. So it's just like, can you call it a bad podcast if it's just not your style at all? Yeah, no, it's just like, Joe Rogan's really not my thing. He has way too much conspiracy shit going on with him for me to actually sit down and listen. But would I say it's a bad podcast? Absolutely not. I'm not saying we're related to Joe Rogan by any fucking means necessary, but
Other than both world renowned podcasts.
Exactly. Yeah, with above average size winkies. But it's just like, would I say their podcast is bad? No, it's just not for me. I mean, that's one thing Bert has a really hard time comprehending. I don't like anime. He's like, okay, so you think every anime on the planet's bad? No, didn't say that actually, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, I heard somebody actually make my argument that I tried making about something that was similar, and they did it in like the right way. Like your thingy,
Debatable.
like I applied the wrong argument because you're not the gay person that I thought you were. And you just had to say that. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, no, we're on the same page. Okay. Yeah. So that's good.
I think I was for a bit, but I haven't been like that in a while.
Right.
I think it is still very weird, but I don't think it's just objectively bad anymore like I thought it was. It's a very popular form of media, so I just don't like it. It's not my thing. And Bert's like, okay, so you think it's bad? No, didn't say that. Just like GAO, I didn't say GAO was bad. I just think they're very intently trying to, because every GAO feels the same. Like, you can just If they had a blank character and all of a sudden you had to guess what video game this character was, I mean,
You're like,
it has a pretty fucking distinctive style you can pick up on pretty quickly. Like, yeah, this is definitely Gao. And I think they do that on purpose. So, is it bad?
yeah.
I don't think so. I think the writing is terrible. That is one thing I can say.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The writing is absolute dog shit.
I know this entire time I've been keeping my mouth shut. I'm like, the hours that we've talked about how bad the writing is in the tens of hundreds.
It's so it's so cringe.
It's bad.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like that writing. It's just it's weird. Like, I know people that are like that, and they're cringe. I don't know. It's just like I don't know what the fuck it is, but one thing that Cyberpunk does, I feel like all their stuff is super good. All their stuffs are very good. Make me happy. Sound like a fucking elementary school kid.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no. It's very professionally written. It's very immersive. I feel like I'm in like this character in this world, and it's great. But I had something that really stuck out to me the other day. So you're doing this mission. Like, there's a bunch of different, like, oh, you meet this person at the bar. They're like the fucking waiter or the barkeep, whatever the fuck. And they have like a whole storyline that you can go on with them. And like, this person is like a race driver. She's like some big butch chick. And she's like, yeah, I really, I love racing. Do you want to race? And you're like, sure, whatever, I'll go racing. So then there's like missions to go do racing with her. And then like halfway through, she's like, I never told you about this, but I used to race with like my fucking husband who died, and he died in a race. And she's like fucking just, big puppy dog, elephant tears, whatever the fuck it is.
I imagine the big heifer in Borderlands 2 or something.
No, she's not big, but she's just
is she bad?
In a very like pullable way.
What's her name?
Claire.
So Claire from
Cyberpunk.
She's
not bad looking.
Cyberpunk. Is Claire from Cyberpunk a man?
I think she's a man, yeah.
Wow. What do you mean she's not bad looking? This is somebody you'd fucking get huge boners over.
Yeah.
Claire was a former Militech engineer before eventually quitting and opening her own auto shop in Arroyo, something like that. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Bert,
I think she used to be a dude, though.
This
had a
is
husband or some shit. I don't
definitely
remember,
someone you would fucking find. Like, she needs more tattoos, but then Bert would really like her.
Yeah. That's really that's what's holding me back, really. Yeah.
Boy, she is kind of thick, though.
Yeah.
Like, she got them broad shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So if it was her husband, that means she's gay.
Yeah.
If she was a boy.
I think that's the meme. But obviously, we're 7 years in the future, so maybe that technology's
a bit quicker.
Really banging job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. But whatever. She like talks about her husband every once in a while. Never says anything
crazy.
Do you
think
just
women should be allowed to change their gender? Don't. It was a joke. You weren't supposed to think. You're supposed to laugh and ignore and keep going.
Yeah.
No,
well,
not the right podcast for that, ladies
not
and
ladies,
gentlemen.
but maybe dudes, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well,
Bert's like,
weird,
now, if more men want to be women, then...
Yeah, there we go.
That's just more dudes for me to fuck, Bert says, without getting judged by it.
Just finding a way to cheat the system, yeah.
Yeah.
Am I really gay?
How can I not be gay? I could fuck a dude that is no longer a dude.
But what if he
had his fingers crossed?
He looks like a girl. Yeah. What if he was a good liar?
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's a very good form of measurement you can do to see if they'd lying or not. And you just pull them jeans down if you see a pair of balls, and they're like, you're a fucking liar, dude.
You son of a bitch. Yeah.
This is really leading very fucking nicely into the Last of Us comments that I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna let you finish though, as Kanye says.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, wise one.
Yeah, hurry up.
Oh, wise yay. So Cyberpunk, Claire, this whole like driving race competition shit, it leads up. You're doing these races. It's pathetic. Like, I'm not trying, and it's not sounding, oh, I'm such a badass, I'm so good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll gloat about Mario Kart, okay? But not this.
Yep.
This, I'm literally just holding W on my keyboard, and it's basically driving for me. It's fucking cringe.
I don't know if I knew you were playing this on your PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm playing on my PC.
Have you always played on your PC?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I just didn't remember that. I'm not calling you a liar. That's one thing Bert likes to do is start fucking attacking
Trust
me right now. But
Oh, really? You're saying yeah.
yeah, but
No, I've always been on my PC, actually.
I've literally watched you
Jackass.
fucking play.
You did. You did when it first came out, and you saw my wiener.
Yeah, well, no, not just then, but like I watched you just play. Like I had it on in the background, and you were playing, and we were at an Xbox party or something. But
I probably did that.
Bert is
I know,
really,
it's probably a little weird
really
for you.
good. You know how many games I've watched Bert play about ones that I might be interested in, and I'm pretty sure every game I've watched him play, I said, "Nah, not for me,
like,
honk. I'm good."
I'm good.
Literally, I was just Cyberpunk was one of them. I was very much looking into getting Cyberpunk, and then I watched you play it, and I'm like, I don't want to play this. And then Tarkov, what is?
Oh, Tarkov.
Tarkov, yeah, that one. I was thinking about getting, and I'm like, nope, not interested. And then the submarine one,
Mm-hmm.
Subnautica, that one.
Yep.
Yeah, like that one. I'm like, yeah, don't want to play that either.
Yeah.
And Bert was miserable to watch play Tarkov, I will say, but
Tarkov is a interesting game.
It is. It's more of a coinky dink. Like every game he has like played is not really my kind of style.
I think I also play games kind of like a fag.
Well, I was gonna say it's not. I said you played Tarkov like a fag, but
yeah.
But also, even if you played it good, that's not my. It reminds me too much of DayZ and things like that.
Yeah, you'd be raging. That is a big rage game.
Not even raging. Those kind of games. There's something about that game style I just don't find entertaining. I don't even know if I have an answer on why it's like that.
Yeah, you need to be like a fucking neckbeard. You have to only play that kind of game. Maybe not necessarily just to enjoy it, but to be any good, which for me is enjoying it.
It's not even like it's not even just like I don't think I'd be good at it. I just don't think I'd have fun with. I don't know. I want to say like third person kind of is weird to me, but I play a lot of third person.
It's like GTA and all
so,
that. Yeah.
So it's not third person, but so yeah. Anyways,
but yeah, sorry. So the finale of this is kind of. It's silly, but it's
very
short.
underwhelming, isn't it?
But it's like, no, it's like...
it's not going to be underwhelming. Ooh, okay.
Well, it's silly, but it's like...
Back to underwhelming.
So... You're going through it all, and then she ends up saying, like, yeah, my husband, he actually died in a race. And there's a guy who's going to be at our final race, and he's the one who killed him. And I'm like...
See, like they do this kind of shit in Shang-Chi, and you would be like, yo, this is huge. Huh.
Oh my God.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So then what it is...
I'm guessing she gets her revenge, right?
Yeah, okay. And I forgot to mention that this racing is kind of... you can imagine it kind of like GTA, where you have somebody in the passenger seat shooting other cars. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, whatever, more dangerous, I guess. I don't fucking know. But,
wow, racing, but
so
more
she's
danger.
Like, yeah. She's like, you need to get on his tail so we can kill him. Or whatever the fuck. We need to blow his fucking car up. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then we fucking do it. And then there's like a part where it's like optional. There's a lot of stuff in this game, which I think is super awesome that they do. And they actually give you a lot of different options.
Yeah, Telltale's better, buddy.
Yeah. Where it's like, you can say, Claire, shut up. I'm going to win this race. I'm going to get this dub, and you're going to sit there and shut up, and we're going to drive to the finish line. Or you can chase her victim, and or her husband's killer, and you can hunt him down and kill him. So I'm like, whatever. I try him.
I get what you're trying to say there, and I don't know if you're necessarily wrong, but it reminds me of some Jeffrey Dahmer where he's chasing his victim down the street.
It sounds bad.
Yeah.
So whatever, we fucking pop this dude's tires, and he like runs off the road, and his car starts on fire, and he's fucking freaking out.
Now you didn't pause and like think about emailing your fucking professor, your ethics professor, on if you should be doing this or not?
Yeah, I'm like, I feel funny right now. I feel like I should be telling somebody. So here we are pulling up on this dude, pulling his limp body out of his car.
No, he didn't make it. Darn.
Well, no, he made it, but he was like fucking He was in bad shape.
He's having a bad day.
Yeah. And Claire, she gets out. She's like, God damn, you fucking son of a bitch. You killed my husband. And all this shit. And then there's kind of quick time events, whatever you can say. Like, oh, fucking Claire, don't shoot him, don't shoot him.
Why? Why? You're changing your mind now. You're this far fucking deep into it.
It's because he's sitting there. He's like, listen, I'm not the one who killed him. He's like, this is racing. Your husband, he went in, he cut in front of me and did this funny maneuver that, like, you always, like, it's so dangerous. And it wasn't my fault. It was just a part of the game. And then she's like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. So I also saved before this because the ending that I got, I'm like, this is fucking gay. There's no way that this is actually how it was meant to be played. So I restarted it, and then I stopped her because the first time I let her shoot him. I'm like, fuck him. Fuck him. Like, I ran this cocksucker off the road with intention to kill him. Fuck him. I don't give a shit what he says. Kill him. And then, she kills him. We get in the car. Keep in mind,
face is in horror. Oh, you actually did it.
Like, she kills him either way. Whether you try and stop her or not, she doesn't give a fuck. And then she's like, okay, let's get in the car. And so I get in the car, and we're driving. And then your character's like, oh, Claire, that wasn't cool, Scoob. And
like, Zoe, that was kind of gay.
Yeah. She's like, whatever, I'll do, I did it. And then I'm like, well, you think we're ever going to race again? And she's like, no, to be honest, I used you just to get to the end here and to kill him.
Yeah, no
it was
shit.
My sole mission. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that kind of hurt a little bit. I'm like, I get, like, you using me, that's fine. But saying that you never had fun the whole time, that's kind of mean. Like, that's a little mean. Like, you could have, like, I'm a hitman. Like, you could have just told me, hey, go kill this guy, or hey, go capture him and put him in a car, and then I'll fucking, like, lock him in my garage and we'll CO2 poison him. Anything. Like, there's so many things she could have done. But use me for, like, 5 races and then say she never had fun? Like, that's kind of mean.
Don't believe her. You can tell in her smile.
True. No, she was pissed. Speeding down the highway. She's like, okay, Bert,
throughout
ready?
the races and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
You can tell.
And then finally, I'm like, well, since we did it all for him, you want to tell me a little bit about your husband? Like, share your memories of him. I'm trying to go through, like, the fucking stages of grief or some shit. She's like, yeah, my husband, he used to like to take naps a lot.
Nice.
That was it.
That's how she remembers him.
Yep. I had no other options.
That's how I want to be remembered when I go out. Eli's Burger. He was a fag.
He was a big napper. Yeah, he really liked PB&J. That even has more character than that. He likes to nap. Well, he kind of liked to shit. He's a big shitter.
I do like to poop. I mean.
Yeah. It's like that was his whole personality. It's like we just ran a guy off the road, killed him in the street.
For a guy that will be remembered as someone who likes to take naps.
That had narcolepsy. Yeah. Like, cool. Like, what the fuck? Like, of all the missions, they've all been great. I feel like a deep connection with all these characters. And now this bitch.
See, you're starting to get a burger eye on these kinds of things. Like, to where that's something that I would point out. It's just like in The Wolf of Among Us, where Snow White's like, Bigby, banging on your fucking door, Bigby, and you're like, holy shit, what is it? And you open the door, Snow, what are you doing here? Bigby, we gotta go now, we gotta go. Okay, can I get my jacket? No, we gotta go now, I gotta explain it outside. Okay, and you start walking down the hall together, and Snow's just silent. And this is when I showed you the cinema sins thing, where Bigby's like, Snow? She's ignoring him. Snow? She ignored him. Snow! She's like, what? And the guy paused it, and he's like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's because you came banging down on his door and asking him to come outside and everything like that, and he just wants a little clarification. And then when you don't, why are you acting all hot and bothered that you're like, why are you fucking bothering me right now, Big B? Like, we're just going to jump from one thing to the other without... So why are you following me, weirdo? What the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck? Yo, back off. What are you...
Bigby, whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Whoa.
Like shit like that happens all the time. So like when you think about the logic, it's just like when I was playing that Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Legacy thing. There's this chick apparently that is so smart and she knows Hogwarts like the back of her hand, and then she couldn't figure out this puzzle. And all the puzzle was is you shine a light on it and it shows you a place of the castle. The place of the castle was maybe 50 feet away from this picture. She's like, I can't fucking figure this out. So we go to me and my lady, we go to the spot of the castle, and there was a moth there, and all you had to do was turn a light on and the moth would follow your light and bring it back to the painting, and the puzzle was solved. She's like, holy shit, I can't believe I didn't think about that. And I'm like, you just told me how smart you are and how well you know this fucking castle, and yet you didn't know that 10 feet away there was the answer just right there. You didn't even go and look or anything.
Yeah.
It was literally just down the stairs. Like that's where I'm talking about. Like I start figuring this shit out in games. I'm like, why is that even here? Like, what is the logic behind it? You have this fucking Harvard graduate that knows this castle. Well, she doesn't even need a map. She just knows everything, and then she can't fucking figure out just to walk. Like, hey, ain't that the corner right around? Right. It's right there, isn't it? Like. Yeah, I can see myself in the fucking corner of the mirror right there.
You're waving.
Yeah, watch. Yeah,
really can't
yeah.
put
It's
my
right. I
finger
told you,
where
it's right
it
around the
is.
goddamn corner. It's just like, and this bitch is just squeezing her chin, like, I can't seem to figure this out.
I'm stumped. Yeah. Like, there's other ways they could have written that, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know where this is, but I'm going to give you a chance to explore.
Exactly. Like you could have made this more fun. Like, exactly. Like the
Now I
same
think she's gay.
thing with the Cyberpunk thing. It's just like you really could have put in a quarter more of effort from where you were, and it would have been a believable story.
You could have said, like, he really was the best driver ever, and he really took care of
and
me
he
or
took
something.
care of his kids, and he
That's
was a
it.
great father. Like, say this is where you could say some blah blah stereotypical thing here, but why do you like? He likes to take naps, small dick and all.
It's like, I don't know if I'd appreciate what happened, or if I would have appreciated something super cliche.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like they're both terrible.
Cliche would have been better.
Yeah, it would have made more sense then.
So
he had a really big toe.
Yeah, that's the thing with
What?
cliches. That was the word I was looking for. So that was the thing with Shang-Chi that I hated so much. I talked about this with my buddy yesterday while we were playing GTA. Is that movie outside of the Chinese culture thing that was cool and visually looking cool, and the lore, obviously.
Yeah.
It had every fucking cliche you could possibly imagine in an action movie. And that is why I didn't like it. That's the word he said, was cliche. Like, like I kept saying stereotypical everyday thing. That wasn't the word. The right word's cliche. Like that movie, the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, was such a cliche movie. Like I said, like you can break it down where instead of saying Shang-Chi, you can say X hero.
Yeah.
An ex-villain, an ex-sidekick, and things like that. And there's so many movies that are like that.
Right. Yeah, I've definitely, I think at this point, I've really nailed it down. My favorite thing in the Marvel movies is like I do like that lore stuff. Like Scarlet Witch, how she gets her fucking power, or how I just watched The Eternals. Like, that shit's fucking insane.
But, well, yeah, that stuff's fine.
Stuff.
That's not the
That's
thing
what I
people
like, but it's
complain about, though. They're not talking about that shit. They're talking about
can't really complain
the
about
normal
that.
cliche of action movies. And now they're starting to be a Marvel cliche to where they have to have witty banter jokes left and right over everything. Like, there's never a fucking moment to where people can just be serious. Now everybody is cracking jokes. Like, you had your joke crackers of the fucking the MCU,
Deadpool and all that.
yeah, but now
Even Iron Man to a degree.
exactly, yeah, but now like every single person has to do that all the time, and it's just it's cliches are what are ruining the MCU. And I think we just started phase 5, so hopefully phase 4 was just a dud and we can make it work for phase 5 here. But
Yeah.
That was the word though, cliche.
Yeah.
And I think Shang-Chi was as cliche as it gets, besides the cool Chinese culture, but again, I never
I thought that was
once
a little sweet.
complained about the Chinese culture thing. I thought that was really fucking cool, but everything else was really fucking stereotypical cliche. Same thing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Nothing fucking unique happened in that TV show. That was the most generic, vanilla, bland
It was like
show.
Vigilante, the TV show.
Exactly, and it wasn't even Vigilante really, because the other guys were trying to be good guys and things like that. So
Yeah.
they're just getting very, very cliche. It's just with She-Hulk, that one's really cringe and woke and SJW, but Andrew from the official podcast said they really missed the mark there, because the girl that is She-Hulk, she's a lawyer. She's a legit lawyer. They easily could have had her be a lawyer for superheroes or supervillains in the MCU, to where
cool.
each episode she was defending a different villain in the court of law or something like that. Like, that would have been amazing. But instead, you get her getting pissed off at Bruce Banner because he doesn't know what it's like to be a woman, because she gets catcalled. And she twerks with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, I was talking to my buddy about this. I'm like, she's yelling at Bruce like she can't understand what it's like to be a woman. And he just cannot comprehend the kind of shit she's gone through. Bitch, are you kidding me? You're going to say that to the Hulk? You don't think the Hulk has PTSD and shit that he's trying to deal with as well? And you're going to yell at him because you got whistled at while walking to your job? You think that's worse? You realize Bruce Banner, the Hulk, was the one that brought everybody back. Remember when Thanos snapped everybody away? The Hulk is the one that brought him back. Like, everyone wants to suck Iron Man's dick for defeating Thanos, which rightfully so, but let's not forget the Hulk brought everybody back. Everybody was dead for 5 years. No, they weren't even dead. They just didn't exist anymore.
Poof.
They just disappeared. He brought them back. And that shit fucked with them. And you're going to tell me that the Hulk doesn't know what it's like to face adversity?
It's like,
are you kidding me? Because you got whistled? Because you whistled that because you have a nice ass? Like, I get it. Catcalling and women deal with a lot of shit. But don't say Bruce Banner doesn't have shit to deal with either. That's just fucking stupid. So, besides the wokeness and Marvel stuff, I think they're getting very stereotypical too. And that kind of sounds like what's happening with the Cyberpunk thing too, where...
That was just so weird. I'm like, what the fuck?
And then
I had another one where I thought I was going to bang one of the people. I didn't. It was cringe. I passed out underwater and she had to come fucking save me.
Thought we were.
And then she gave me keys to her house. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with these? You're leaving. This is gay.
Jerk off on her pillows.
I'm pissed. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Dog shit. There's so many opportunities to bang people. At the end of the story, it's like, there's one of them. One of them was a cop. We were sitting up on a fucking water tower, like looking out like, yeah, we really stomped out some crime today. And then it's like, leaning for a kiss, ? Like,
that's what I did.
I'm good.
That's what I did with Alexios. I banged the shit out of the cult leader. Whatever that cult was named, I can't remember. That spooky cult where he had to go kill cultist members and things like that.
Yes, I kind of want to. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, it's so cool, but I don't have the fucking.
Yeah, literally.
I don't have the strength to go back and play it again.
Yeah, literally, I just went and banged the shit out of the cult leader.
There you go.
But speaking of gay shit, I watched episode 3 of The Last of Us.
Uh-oh.
Yup. So listen to this.
I heard a lot about this.
Yeah.
Continue.
So me and my grandma are a bit behind on The Last of Us, but watching episode 3 with my brother and sister and grandma was tough.
Okay.
Your boy Nick is in it. Nick Offerman.
Oh, I did see him.
He is in The Last of Us. Bert loves this guy. And
he's the best.
What is he in Parks and Rec? Is that the one he's in?
Yep.
That's a show, yeah. He's in this. And he's this super crazy conspiracy underground bunker guy. And he's very Nick Offerman for a while.
Yeah, just man's man kind of.
And he ends up having some of the gayest sex I have seen in a long time.
You're like, I'm all up for.
I see why you like this guy as
all,
much as you do.
That's silly. Huh. Okay. Gets a little hot in the bedroom.
Very, and you see it all too. Like it was just really bad. So yeah. So so basically, Nick Offerman's character, his name is Bill, and Bill is in the Last of Us video game.
Okay.
And we're watching Bill set up his perimeters and things like that to some real, like, 80s rock music and things like that. He's so happy everyone's dead and everything, and he's doing all of this cool shit, and then he finds a guy in one of his holes, one of his traps, and they're talking, and then he ends up letting him in the house and becoming friends and things like that. And my grandma and my brother this whole time are like, he doesn't trust him. The guy's name's Frank. He doesn't trust Frank. He thinks he's gonna kill him and blah, blah, blah. He doesn't trust him. Then they start playing piano together.
You're like,
and then my brother half-ass goes, they're gay. They're gonna kiss. Just joking. Then they start making out. My brother just,
no.
The thing is like my grandma and my brother are like scheming. They're rubbing their hands together like, oh yeah, he doesn't trust him. He's going to get him. Watch this shit. And I'm sitting there, my chin's in my hand. And I'm like, because I beat The Last of Us, the video game, years ago. It's been a long time, but I've beaten the game. And I'm rubbing my chin. And I'm like, I think Bill's gay.
Yeah. Like, guys,
I didn't say nothing.
Thought, okay.
I didn't say nothing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Bill's gay as fuck. But it was like a very tiny sub point. Like, you come across Bill in the game, and him and Joel are kind of friends, but not really on talking terms or things like that. They're not homies. They're more like cousins, I guess. I don't know, but or they still hate the other guy really passionately. But it's one of those things where you can explore his house and things like that. You can find notes, and how anytime there's a note you read in video games, the first thing we do is find out how quickly we can skip this or close the note.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you were about to say something cute. You know how we read it all and like.
I appreciate notes, I really do, but I wish there was an easier or more enjoyable way to get extra lore than just fucking reading everything.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Or even audio tapes. I think audio tapes are worse.
Yeah.
Like they just start playing. And I'm like, boy, I sure wish I could turn this off. This is annoying. And I just keep saying la la la. This is gay. Blah blah. Not listening. But I think that is how you find out Bill is gay. Is there's a crumpled up note at the bottom of a fucking garbage can or something like that you can open, and it says something about how Frank loved Bill or something like that. And I don't think Joel knew. Joel's the main character. Joel knew they were gay.
Okay.
So he awkwardly So again, this is a complete side thing. It's like I think
you got to go out of your way to.
You got to go out of your way to find out that Bill's gay, and then you got to go out of your way to give Bill that note, and then he's like, "Give me that fucking note," blah, 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 kind of thing. So that's all it was in the game. It was a very you got to go out of your way to find out he's gay. Bill is in the game, but he's not in it very long, and you got to do some exploring to find out he's queer.
Okay, because when I heard about, there's a gay character in The Last of Us, everybody's freaking out. They're like, he's not even gay in the video game. Unless there's somebody else here about to break the ice, and I didn't say anything. But.
No, there is a guy. How did I know he was gay then? Why? How did I fucking know?
Yeah,
this?
exactly. I don't so you're saying you just had to find it.
Yeah, you had to find the lore, and I wasn't even looking for it. I just found it, and I'm like,
it was an accident. Like, oh shit.
I think it was honestly, I think I remember what happened. I picked up the note and I'm not reading this. And it was the first time where Joel reacted to something you found. Usually you just pick up loot and they just fucking put it in their pockets. They don't even say anything. Joel sighed or he grumbled or something. I can't remember what it was. And I'm so then that's when I was like, hey, wait a minute. What did that note say? Why did Joel act so disgusted or something? So then I read it and I'm like, oh!
Oh shit!
And then I And then it was one of those things to where you could hand it to Frank or Bill. Like, you had, like, it was an option that you don't normally have. So I'm like, yeah. So that's all it was. It was like something that you had to go out of your way to find. It was a very small thing. And the TV show, it's a fucking hour-long episode of these two gay guys falling in love and watching them fuck.
Hell yeah,
They went
dude.
above and beyond the gayness here, where Nick Offerman was a very shy and quiet guy, and he's just kind of sitting there with like his arms together like a T-Rex or something, like all shy and bothered and everything like that. And this other guy is just flamboyantly fucking gay. He is definitely the woman in this this relationship. And then Frank is in the bed, and Bill, Nick Offerman, comes out with just a towel on, and he's all nervous. He waddles over to the bed. Frank comes over and just takes the towel off. So Nick Offerman is standing there bare ass naked. The guy's like staring at his balls and pulls the blanket back and taps it, like, lay down. So then Nick Offerman lays down, and they're both naked, by the way. And then
you can see them too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's HBO.
Yep. Well, you can't see cocks and asses. You might see some butt
can't?
cheeks, but you can't see balls and wieners and things like that.
Oh, what the hell?
It's HBO, Bert. It's not Pornhub, so we got to be a little careful.
Well, they show wieners in fucking Game of Thrones.
They don't show erect cocks going directly into people's pussy until they come all over their face.
I was saying,
either, you fucking weirdo.
No, I know. You were saying you saw a fucking
I see wieners all the time in rated R movies.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, okay.
So Nick Offerman lays down, and then this guy lays down on top of him.
And then you watch
him. No. Like, well, at first, Nick Offerman lays on his back, and then the guy starts, and they're both very hairy men.
Yeah,
and Frank just starts rubbing his chest and his stomach and everything like that.
Fucking God.
And it's just, Kate, like, I'm not going to get into, like, gay stuff or anything. We joke about it a lot, but watching this was making me really uncomfortable. I don't like watching hairy men rub up against each other. Not really my thing.
Yeah.
And then,
not for everybody.
Like I said, the other guy rolls over on top of Nick Offerman, and so they have their hairy bellies just touching, and they're just sitting there talking to each other.
Stop.
And then me and my brother are saying there's crossing swords and everything like that. Like they're yeah. Well, remember, I'm watching this with my grandmother, my sister, and my brother too. By the way, and like I'm just thinking of like their ball sacks, like sticking together, and then they pull away and they just kind of peel apart, you know. And then Frank starts kissing Bill, then down his neck, then down his chest, then down his belly.
Okay.
So Bert's pitching his shit right now. He's like, yeah, and then what happened?
Okay, yeah.
But then after that, man, after he got by like this really awkward sex scene, like it was actually like really sweet what they did with it. If you looked at them as a gay couple or you looked at them as good friends, besides the fucking part, like it was actually really sweet how they did it. And it actually made it pretty sad because they end up... spoiler, they end up dying. They weren't main characters in the fucking game. They're not main characters in the show. But they do some like Romeo and Juliet kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And because one of them gets real sick and he wants the other one to kill him, but instead he kills both of them instead. So they die together kind of thing. So it was one of those things. Minor spoiler. Again, I don't think these guys come back in the show at all. And this is... Another thing is this is complete lore building. This has nothing to do with the present time. This is like flashbacks to a character that it was never shown before or after this episode. Okay. So Joel and Ellie eventually end up crossing paths with them after all of this happens. But that was another weird part about this episode is... Why did we do so much backstory on a character that's not going to be there anymore? Not two guys that die, two guys that are introduced and die in the same episode. So it was weird, and Joel ends up coming and using his resources and leaving because Joel was friends with Bill, kind of. So like it was just weird. It's like you really did a full fleshed out episode for guys that will, like, imagine if the governor in The Walking Dead was only in one episode. So you saw his beginning, middle, and end all in one thing. Like, I just don't think the governor's a bad example because he was a big part in the layout of The Walking Dead, right? Like, that would make sense. But these guys are all the only thing they provide to the main story is they give Joel a vehicle and maybe some weapons and foods and things like that.
Like, that's about it, though.
So maybe if they did like a brief flashback on these two, it would have been fine. But my grandma didn't like this episode, probably because you saw ball sacks peeling apart. But it just nothing happened. And that's what I talked to my buddy about because he watched it too. Nothing happened in this. Joel and Ellie were in the beginning a little bit, and then it was Frank and Bill for the whole hour, and then Joel and Ellie came back at the end, found him dead, and then took their stuff and left.
Okay.
Like there's...
It's kind of crazy they really would devote that much time
Exactly,
to it.
yeah. So I'm wondering if they're trying to do some woke thing to where they were really leaned in on the
See,
gay
but
thing.
there were gay guys in it, see?
Yeah, okay, you make them gay, you make them kiss, whatever, but fuck, I don't need to see their balls peeling apart again. Like, I don't need to see Frank taking a fucking butt plug out of Bill or something. I'm good, but...
Yeah.
But no, their relationship was really sweet, not even gay. Like, when it wasn't flamboyantly gay, it was actually... Nick Offerman was very shy. He was very uncomfortable around people, and you could tell it meant a lot to him that he had a friend in his life. Like, he was very lonely. He was excited to be away from everybody. He was happy everyone died. But then after he spent years alone, finally he found somebody that actually cared about him. Not in just a naughty way either. Like, I'm not trying to promote.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not
fuck.
going to start promoting fucking gay sex and my shows. But it was if
so bad.
yeah, outside of the hardcore romance stuff, it was really sweet. And then when to see Nick Offerman's character kind of develop and actually get more emotional too, because he was like, "Fuck them cocksuckers, they ain't getting on my land." And the other guy's like, "Now, honey, it's okay, we can share resources." That part I don't like. That's just stereotypical gay guy here at this point, right? But to see his character actually not be such a hard ass and stuff was pretty cool. And then, well, fuck, if you're dying, man, I don't want to be fucking around anymore either. So that part was sweet. It was sad when that ended up happening, but you could tell that story without me seeing them fucking blow each other.
I mean, I feel like even when you're mentioning it, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I got a cousin who's gay.
Yeah,
and
me
he's
too.
Extremely,
mine too.
Extremely low key about it.
No, mine isn't. Mine's very high key about it. Like, everyone looks at him and he's like, "Yo, that guy gay."
That's who he is.
Wears fucking tie dye, he smokes weed all the time, or at least he looks like he does.
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like if you're somebody like that, this is like doing a disservice.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I don't want to be looked at like this. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's the same thing with, remember I was talking about that with Life is Strange too. Like, go Snuggleberry, let me fucking blow those big white balls or something like that. Like,
exactly.
if you're going to have gay people in your shows, so be it. But don't make it the focal point. Because I don't even like it when couples are like that. When you have a straight or heterosexual relationships, I'm like, oh, fucking get a room, you fucking... I was going to say you homos, but that kind of actually works here. But I just don't like very PDA relationships and video games and TV shows and things like that. Like, even I don't like watching sex scenes between a girl and a guy in a movie either. Only time I want to see that is in fucking porn. Okay. Other than that, I don't want Ted Lasso to be giving it to his boss or his boss's best friend or something like that. Well, he's making his fucking goofy laugh while every fucking stroke. Like, no thanks. I'm good with that.
I'm all set. Thank you.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's just more obvious because you're gay. But again, like, I don't want to say that episode was terrible because, like, after you got past like the raunchy stuff, like, it was a pretty cool episode. but also
Right.
super irrelevant too. Like my grandma's kind of almost
Yeah,
done.
that part you gotta.
Grandma is almost done with The Last of Us. She's like, nothing's really happening. Like, I will say these first 3 episodes are fucking really building up. Like, I am hoping it pushes over to something exciting in the future. That's one thing The Walking Dead did really well was war with the
Making sure
governor,
everything
war
was
with
relevant.
the governor, war with the governor. Now here's the war, and then it was war with the fucking other people, war, and then here it was, and then it leading up kept leading up to Negan, and then war with Negan and defeating Negan. You know what I mean? Like you knew it was coming eventually. I just hope this game or this TV show does the same thing because it is very slow. Like I said, they gave an entire episode to 2 characters that were introduced and died in the same exact fucking episode.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing you could really argue is like literally just world building, not even just character building, but it's like shit, look at this harsh ass world.
I don't.
That's
like,
the only thing
or
you get
like,
from that.
Oh,
That's it.
Frank sweetened up Bill enough to where he would share his resources with Joel. Or something
Oh,
like
I could
that,
see
but that is such a
maybe.
stretch, though. Like they didn't need to say that in the video game. Frank was a hard ass, but he helped out people here and there that he liked and that he trusted. Like that's it. You don't have to show their balls peeling together for them to show that he opened up to Joel. And also, Bill died. Like, who fucking cares? Joel's just gonna go take a shit anyways. I don't know. Like. I just feel like it was definitely a stretch to go into that much detail about it. Like, they definitely could have taken it down and maybe fleshed it out to 10 minutes or something, where you see them over their years.
Just where you get
and
the
their
perspective
relationship.
of it, and then you go back to the main point.
But the thing that was nice to see was Nick Offerman's character grow and have more empathy and actually care a little bit about those around him, rather than just being this hard-ass fucking mole in a hole that didn't want anything to do with anybody. He could have done that with a guy. He could have done that with a girl. He could have done that with a child that comes in and eases, not fuck the child, of course, but
I'm like, where are you going?
but lowers the shield around his heart. It could be even a fucking like an animal or something, like a pet, like teaches him this shit. You don't have to do this whole.
Yeah, it's like John Wick.
Yeah, you don't have. It's not like John Wick at all. The dog fucking pissed John Wick off and made him hate more people. So, because they fucking killed it. But
Yeah, exactly same thing.
no, I'm saying it's the opposite. John Wick was happy and then turned angry. Nick Offerman's Bill was angry and then turned happy. So, just about as far away from like John Wick as you can get there, Bert. But I just don't think they needed to do the full-fledged thing as they did, and it's not just because of the gay part in it, I guess. So, but the show's good. I'm excited for it to keep going. I will have more thoughts on the show as a whole as more
As it
comes out.
progresses.
There's more out that I just have to wait and head on over to Graham's. So we'll see.
No, it definitely sounds cool. I know my brother loved the game, but I never really played it myself. I watched some people play it.
I love the game too.
It always seemed cool, yeah.
Don't really know too many people that didn't like that game, actually.
Yeah.
So once again, Bert's just trying to put his pedestal up, or his brother on a pedestal. He's like, guys, look, this is why I love my brother so much.
Nah,
he
was
loved
like,
The Last of Us.
I knew that played it and talked about it. Like, it was in my house.
This is my brother. He loves pizza.
Check it out.
He loves water. Okay, so
Guys, it's bananas. You're not going to believe it.
okay, let's what else we got? I want to bring in our new series, but you can talk for a moment. Gay Last of Us rant over.
So there's a podcast that I listen to that they're kind of silly, and one of the things that they fucking talked about, and I had no idea this existed, they were talking about, like, in the UK they have like a form of the news that is like, they have like people that talk, like, there's a different language. Have you heard of Pigeon?
I'm going back to Tetris.
Have you heard of Pigeon, the language?
I've heard of the pigeon, the bird.
No, you're gonna like this.
I doubt.
Here, UK Pigeon News. Wait, fuck. Wait. Let me
All
find
right,
this.
Tetris it is. I actually waited too.
Here.
Too late.
Pigeon language.
Block's already fallen.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Bert's like, why the fuck would I want to talk to birds?
Yeah. Pidgin. Pigeon.
I want you guys to
There we
know that a
go.
lot of our arguments that we have on the show very, very much bleed into our everyday lives. One time I was at a training and Bert was fucking telling me how Hogwarts was actually from a warty hog. And then I
Yeah.
literally in the meeting went on my phone at risk of probably getting fucking canned or kicked out or something, went and screenshotted him another thing. So like here we are arguing about something in our day, and Bert's probably in class screenshotting shit too and sending it back like we don't fucking give a shit. We're just gonna get fucking kicked out of here. So the show very much is as authentic as it can get.
Mm-hmm.
See, it is a warty hog. See, you're wrong. No, actually,
See?
you're wrong. Bert goes,
Yeah.
he goes, well, J.K. Rowling's a fag.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, well, actually, you couldn't be further from the truth. She's actually really not like anti-fag, actually. She kind of really dislikes him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, true.
Yeah, it's literally whenever I listen to or whenever I'm editing the pod, I'm like, all right. It's literally like the fucking my not even my pride. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like, oop. Burger said something I didn't like, and in the podcast I fucking said shit, and I was like being gay, and I had the wrong viewpoint on the pod.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, okay, now that I have a sound mind and I'm not just angry, I can have like a real.
Bert's like
rebuttal to
listening.
it.
Like he's not even editing. He just leans back and just listens. Like, okay, I can see it. Oh, wait, we're not recording. That's probably what he does,
Exactly.
yeah. There's also probably so many times where Bert and I go like to look something up to roast the shit out of the other one and then find out we're wrong and then just like, I'm just not going to bring this up.
Yeah.
Definitely had that where
Yeah.
Bert will say something and I'm like, and I'll look it up on my own. I'm like, yeah, he's right. And then I just won't bring it up. I'm like, yeah, just never bring it up again.
I'm good.
Like, oh shit, he is right, Kay. I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
I had this whole message typed out, and I'm like, wait, I should see if he's wrong first. And then, oh fuck, okay. Never mind. Bert's not going to remember anyway, so.
Yeah. I'll be good.
Okay, I don't want to read this article.
Well, no, here, that's the thing you do. So, just here, go to the second one.
Wow.
And
What am I looking at here, Bert?
so,
These look like nice fellers. The
You
man
need
way
to-
went Nigerians to look back to go forward. Cool.
is that the...
Atuko.
Yep, okay.
Oh, I just don't want to read this. We're gonna get called racist so bad here.
Why?
Oh wow, look at you fuckers. Like, why are my cooking? Dude, my cookie settings are fucking in this language now. Let's just say you agree to cookie. We use cookies to give you the best online experience. It's literally to give you DI best online experience. ABEG, a beg, let us know if you agree. GREE to all diff cookies dem. Oh my god, what is this? You're putting a fucking virus in here.
No, it's real. It's a UK thing.
Oh boy.
It's called like pigeon language.
Okay, what am I doing?
So it's like...
Dude, it literally
The
says
75-year-old don't circle the summits of public life.
Dude, it literally says
For most
top
mere-
Tory. It literally says on this BBC News pigeon, top Tory, top TORI.
Oh, yeah. TORI instead of story, yeah. Top Tory. Just going through here like I can't.
Oh man, we're gonna be called
AKA
insensitive.
Wade.
7 hours way done pass.
Yeah.
AKA it was written 7 hours or published 7 hours.
Oh
ago.
my god.
7
what the
hours
hell?
way done pass. And for me, life and times of murder, South African rapper, a.k.a. Wayday, destined for greatness. Oh my God, buddy, it's widowy gwitty and on a frozen wake wait now, dude.
Ooh, there's one about Rihanna. Do you see that one?
No. Rihanna reveals her belly. BELLE for Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes. Rihanna do Agbonge halftime show
For Sunday Super Bowl.
But social media had one knock when she show one unexpected special guest.
She doesn't say when. It's one knock when. Like, you got to say it like these
When
people.
knock when.
Like, I show you the way kind of thing. Like
It's
when
Uganda Knuckles.
Yeah, but social media had one knock when it's WEN. She show one expected special guest. How pastor die after attempting 40-day fasting like Jesus, and they literally say AFTA. How pastor die after attempting 40-day fasting. The singer
Jesus.
carry any new song follow body for her performance, but the baby bump way she knew she almost break the internet. Oh my!
This one's good.
Dude, this is insane.
Thousands of people want to adopt baby girl way them born under earthquake. People is spelled PIPO.
Dude, which songs Rihanna perform? It says which songs Rihanna perform. Like, it literally says that. Like, which songs Rihanna perform.
Oh, what didn't happen for the halftime show?
What if they said these songs like instead of saying like better have my money, it's like better have me money. Or
These are silly.
Rihanna said.
I mean, no, these are very cool stories.
Oh my gosh, was there any like? You didn't even say anything. I just started fucking reading. This article, guys, it literally says DIS. This article contained content WEY way Instagram provided. We ask for Una permission before anything downloaded. Is this how they talk in Jamaica? Like, this is like hardcore, like Jamaican.
Yeah, because you went to Jamaica, didn't you?
Yeah, this is.
Does that sound familiar?
Well, it's just like they say "mon" a lot, like yes, mon. Like they do that kind of shit, like
yeah, it's like it's something like that.
But I've also seen that like Nigerian pirate guy when he's playing like Call of Duty, and he's like where he's like threatening people to be nice and things like that. Have you seen that? Where he literally sounds like he is from straight up like a African tribe, like a pirate, like a Somalian pirate or not Somalian, but like some kind of pirate, where he's like, "You talked about my mother that way again, I will come and kill you at 448 State Street." Do you understand? Yeah.
It's like tribe warlord.
Rihanna, no change clothes for her set, and her brand no plenty compared to her dancers.
Yeah.
Unlike last year halftime show, Waya and Eminem kneeled down for Sage. Rihanna set no carry any political statement. Way fit to surprise Pipo, P-I-P-O.
Yeah.
Way like this feels like they're being racist. Like, if my friends like, oh, this is how like thank you for calling AT&T, and they're like literally saying it like as stereotypically as possible, right? Like they'll say D-A-N-K, dank you, the letter U, for calling, like CAHLIN AD and D. Like they're like literally being racist on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels
like.
like they're doing right now.
It's very odd.
But I don't think so.
And it's like how they combine like word, like umbrella, they do like umbrella.
Yeah.
You know, they like combine three words together. Say the singer way they popular.
Rihanna no point am out as Beyonce been due for the 2011 MTV VMAs when she como jacket and rub her belly.
Rub belly.
Rub belly. All right. I don't think there's anything more to say to that. Was that the point you wanted to? I've never had a story just take off like that. And you're like, you know what Pigeon is? Here, read this. And then we just went straight into it.
Look at this.
Yep, you were right. I did want to read that.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. When I heard about it, I'm like, huh. And this is like a huge thing in England, I guess.
England?
Yep. BBC News. They have a specific section of BBC News that's written in Pigeon.
Well, every fucking section of BBC News can be written in a certain language.
Yeah.
Like, all you got to do is click the fucking flag up in the corner and switch it to a certain country, and it just does that.
It is bbc.com/pigeon/articles.
Well, that's what it's going to... You could take out Pigeon and switch it to Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it is actually.
Well, no, it probably... I mean, I'm not saying it's not from England. I'm just saying, like, just because they have a section dedicated to it doesn't mean it's big there. It still could be, but just because it is... This seems like you said, African warlord talk. Like, that's what this seems like. I lose one of my kidney for prison.
Oh, yeah, it's... Okay, language family, English, Creole. So this might be like a Louisiana thing, too, a little bit.
Don't know. All right, so we are going to start a new section in the Burton Burger podcast. We used to do things like this where we do like a random story generator, or we would do booby time and things like that. So we got a new one here that I wanted to try out and see if it's going to be fun. I've seen it on TikTok, some podcasts do this, and I was like, you know what, Bert and I should try it. So basically, it's a top 5 section. Each week, one of the co-hosts of Burton Burger is going to bring a topic saying, what are the top 5 blank? And then the other one has to see how many of the top 5 they can guess. So it's just that simple. It's a kind of a simple conversation starter, and we think we can make some cool TikToks out of it as well. Just been seeing them float around from podcast on TikTok, and wanted to give it a whirl. So... I will start us off, and Bert will bring a top 5 list that I have to guess. This isn't a game, by the way. It's not like who can guess the most or anything. It's just literally just to talk about it. So, top 5 can be anything. It can be top 5 colored rugs in the United States, or it could be something like top 5 grossed movies of all time or something. They're the limits. The things are limitless. The only thing I'd be careful about is if you were like, all right, Bert or Burger, what do you think Bring Me the Horizon's top 5 songs are? I can't tell you one fucking song by them. And honestly, if I heard them, I wouldn't be able to tell if it was them. So just make sure you're bringing a cool list in. So,
right, that's accessible.
Here is mine, Bert, and we'll start it off here. What are the top 5 highest rated Marvel movies according to Rotten Tomatoes? What would you say the top 5 are? I have the list here. Curious to what you think is the top 5 highest rated Marvel / MCU movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. Not fans, not critics, but specifically Rotten Tomato critics.
Okay.
1 through 5. Tell me them.
So, are you like gonna tell me if it's in it or not? Or
you can say it, and I'll say, "Yep, that's number 4," or "That's not in there." And we're not gonna carry this on either, ladies and gentlemen. Bert, this is gonna be like What's West of California all over again. So we'll do it till it gets pretty fucking old.
Okay. How about Avengers: Infinity War?
Not in the top 5.
Wow. What about...
Also doesn't look like it's in the top 10 either. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, it's number 15. Good job.
Holy shit.
Your first guess was number 15. Good job.
Black Panther.
That's number 1. Kind of no surprise to anybody.
Damn, okay. I figured I was going to guess 3 for that.
Yeah. No, Black Panther was a good one.
Okay, how about Iron Man 2?
Nope.
Shit. Fuck. Thor, like the second Thor?
Second Thor is the, I think, second or third lowest rated Marvel movie of all time. Good job on that one. Yeah, it is 28 out of 31, Bert. We are doing
pretty good.
top 5 highest rated. Appreciate it. So far, you have 1 out of the top 5.
1 out of the top 5.
Cool.
93
This is a series that it's going to die on the first. This is really going to be a Bill and Frank series, I can see.
Fuck. Shit.
By the way, you guys aren't going to hear the long pauses in between this, so
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one that suffers through it. Like, Bert is going to sound like he is just fucking rattling off Marvel movies one right after the
I'm
other.
going crazy.
But no, he is taking about 30 minutes between each guess here.
Do the Spider-Mans count?
Is
What did you
Spider-Man the MCU?
Is it?
The MCU. Have you watched any Spider-Mans yet during your Disney Plus playthrough?
No.
Why haven't you watched them
How about
yet?
the first Captain America?
You haven't watched any of the Spider-Man movies?
No, none of them are in here.
Oh, none of them are. I don't think they're on Disney Plus, actually. The Tom Holland ones aren't on Disney Plus?
No.
Huh. Yeah, believe it or not, Bert, Tom Holland is part of the fucking MCU. I'm not sure why you didn't know that.
He's in what's it called?
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't count. Captain America
The first one?
is not on here.
Fuck me.
Okay.
I thought I heard that was a big one. We literally talked about this list like in the last...
Captain America's number
Year.
12.
Fuck me. How about the first Iron Man?
Yes, that one is number 3. Finally.
Okay, fuck.
There's some real fucking obvious ones that you haven't guessed, and that was one of them. There's another super fucking obvious
How
one.
about the first Thor?
Nope.
Fuck. Are there any other firsts?
This is like you're pissing me off for how bad your guesses
Well, I
are.
thought I only got 5 guesses.
I didn't say 5 guesses. I said try to guess the top 5. I didn't say you got 5 guesses, and that was it.
Oh. I thought I just had the 5 guesses.
Thor's
No.
23 out of fucking 31. Like, you are literally doing great filling up the bottom of this list.
Is the first Avengers on there?
It's number 8.
How about...
That one's getting closer.
Okay. How about... Did I already say Endgame or did I say the other one?
You said Infinity War.
Okay, how about Endgame?
Endgame is number 2. Like, once again, like, those were the 2 obvious one, Iron Man and Endgame.
Okay. For some reason, I thought Infinity War was a big one, but no, Endgame was.
Sure was, but Endgame was a lot fucking bigger. It was actually the highest selling movie of all time for a bit, so...
Okay. So we got Wakanda, we got the other one.
We don't have Wakanda. We have Black Panther, we have Avengers Endgame, and we have Iron Man.
Are you saying Wakanda Forever's up there too?
Nope. Did not say that.
I was going to say, none of the Ant-Mans can be up there. Those all sucked.
Oh my god, the top 5 Marvel movies of all time. You're like, Ant-Man's not one up there, right?
He can't be. Is it? How about Ant-Man and the...
I'm literally just gonna... Yeah, we're not doing this anymore.
I'm too dumb. These are tough.
You're literally asking the worst movies. This was supposed to be a cute little...
I thought you were teasing me. I thought it was it. Well, we got Iron Man. Are any of the Thor... What are the Thors got to be up there? Oh! No. Ragnarok?
Yep. Ragnarok is 4.
Okay.
You literally guessed Thor 2. Literally the meme for the worst Marvel movie for a very long time. When you're like, top 5,
I thought it was
Thor
the
2.
second one for like all of them.
The second one of... Nothing has been on this list thus
Cold
far.
War?
World War?
Cold War?
Cold War? No. Civil War? Is that what you're looking
Civil
for? Number 5 is Spider-Man No Way Home, the one that came out a
Oh.
couple of years ago. So that is the
See, that was
list.
going to be my first guess. That was... Or when you talked about Spider-Man, that was going to be the one that I was going to say.
When I talked
was
about
big.
Spider-Man, that was you.
No, well, yeah.
Black Panther
That's
is
it.
the highest rated MCU film according to Rotten Tomatoes. After
highest
that,
rating. Okay, yep.
yeah, I said that multiple times.
Rotten
Avengers
Tomato,
Endgame is number 2. Iron Man is number 3. Thor Ragnarok is number 4. Spider-Man No Way Home is number 5. It's really weird because Ragnarok and No Way Home are both 93%, but it still says 4 and 5 on them. And Iron Man and Endgame is both 94%, and they're at 2 and 3.
Wow.
And then Black Panther is number 1 at 96.
That's wild.
There we go. So that is our top 5 section. Bert kind of really ruined it for some of his terrible guesses
I don't think
there.
it was too bad.
It was terrible.
What, for
it
15
was
guesses?
Terrible. It was.
Maybe 10 or 15 guesses.
It doesn't matter how many guesses it took. You fucking throw enough darts at the wall, some of them are going to stick. You literally guessed Thor, the Dark World.
Back-to-back,
that was literally, again, these are top 5.
Help.
Like, these are top 5. These are the best of the best. These are some of the, it should be obvious. And you went down the list. You went at the bottom. You said Thor 2 as a top 5. Thor 2 was literally the worst Marvel movie for years and years and years until Eternals came around. And Eternals came out in 2021. Thor 2 came out in 2013. So literally for 8 years, Thor the Dark World was considered the worst Marvel movie of all time. And you tried to say...
Oh, I didn't know that was Dark World.
That one was...
If I knew it was Dark World, I specifically didn't say that one because I knew that one was the worst.
You said Thor 2.
Yeah, I was just throwing it out there. I thought it was Thor 3 was the bad one.
Thor 2, The Dark World.
Yeah, I thought that was 3.
Thor 3, Ragnarok.
3 was not Ragnarok. Ragnarok was 4.
No. Love and Thunder was 4.
No, there's no way.
You're going to sit here and argue this with me?
There's no way.
First of all, I know the MCU very well. Second of all, I got the list right in front of me. I'm staring at it.
Yeah, there's
bad
no
list.
way. Yeah, you might be right, but you're wrong, buddy.
31 out of 31 is the Eternals, and 30 out of 31, I shit you not, is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the fucking movie that just came out a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Huh. You go and see that yet?
No.
Damn.
You didn't come home.
I know.
How was I supposed to see it? See, that's supposed to be a cute moment for us. Here's another thing I want to say. The lowest, like, besides the bottom feeders, like the 5th lowest is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madden with the 74 of Madden. Cool. You didn't correct me either. That shows how retarded we both are. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madden is a 26 out of 31, and it's a 74%. Like, that's
I didn't
not
like
that
the story
bad.
of that at all.
No, 74%. Like, the movie literally
but it's
is
still
not
insane.
Bad.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But in perspective, that's pretty funny.
But it just because the Marvel movies usually knock it out of the park. So when you show a 74%, like if we got a 74% rating for our podcast, we'd be so happy about that.
Shit, yeah.
Shit, that's average. Let's go.
Damn, there we go. Yeah, it's a C minus. It's a C.
Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll try out the top 5 for a little bit though. Just see how it goes. It was fun. Besides Bert's literally stupid guesses, I thought he was more of a Marvel nut by this point since he's watched pretty much the entire saga. But
I watch them all, but I don't know. I don't fucking go on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not Rotten Tomatoes. It's the best movies. Like,
I thought you said it was Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. They're talking about the best of the movies. Like, that is what Rotten Tomatoes is these are the best ones.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes is like the meter that people fucking rate their movies off of. The best movies. It's the same thing. It's one in the same breath. It's like using IQ to measure people's intelligence. You use Rotten Tomatoes to measure how good a movie is.
I see. I didn't even know that. I thought that was just like an arbitrary, like, fucking stars on Google thing.
Well, there's the critic rating and the audience rating.
Yeah.
So it's critics, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really watch any of them as they're coming up. Like, I'm not a part of the community, really. I'm just barely able to, like, talk about it with people. But I've never been, like, on the wave. Like, I'm always behind on a little sled being pulled by.
So long story short, I had
stuff,
high expectations and believed in Bert, and he let me down.
That's insane. I can't believe you would have. That's wild.
I thought you got it.
So,
you
can throw one of them away. I only had a couple bad ones.
You had some atrociously bad ones.
That's because I couldn't think of any of the other big ones. But I got them in the end. I didn't like.
You did not get them. I fucking gave you the.
You did
the
not.
List. Yeah, you were like,
you didn't.
Also, Bert, you said Thor 1, 2, and 3, Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, you didn't do this one, but Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, Captain America 1, 2, Civil War. Like, you literally were just going down a fucking list at that point. that's nothing like
Shit,
you
I
came
guess I
up on
kinda
your
did, didn't
own.
I?
Yeah, you douchebag. You fucking
Yeah,
were
I know I
literally
did
starting
that.
to run out of options. You were starting to guess the entire MCU, and you're like, hey, I got it on my own. I didn't need help.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Literally, you start putting enough fucking puzzle
proud of
pieces
that,
together,
low-key.
everything's going to start snagging together.
I'm proud of that. I'd call that a dub in my book.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see how well I did. But I also know which ones you're supposed to say are good too. It's just like the Batman movies, the trilogy, the Christopher Nolan ones with Heath Ledger as the Joker and things like that. Like I know I'm supposed to like The Dark Knight,
Yeah.
but I actually like Batman Begins more kind of thing. So trying to balance my favorite and what I'm supposed to say. But as soon as you were like Avengers, Infinity War over Endgame, I'm like, all right, this was a bad idea.
Yeah. I wouldn't shake hand it yet.
What, Infinity War?
No, the
Oh, the top
Topic.
5.
yeah.
No, not yet. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. This one also went longer than I expected it to. I mean, I plan on being like a 5-10 minute conversation and then going on to the
That was
next
about
one.
10 minutes, I think, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Started about 110, I thought, but
I thought we started like
And
just
once I
over
cut
an
it.
hour. Yeah.
I mean, pretty tiny, but
So we'll see
No.
how it goes. Let us know what you think of the top 5. There was a lot of babbling between Bert and I, and again, a lot of silence of Bert thinking. But
Yep.
after Bert runs his magical editing, it'll seem very flawless.
hell yes.
So we shall see. And we might make these top 5s into little TikToks so you can come back to the highlights and go forward from there. But other than that, that is all we have for you, ladies and gents, for episode 162 of the Burton Burger podcast. Remember, we're just trying to bring a little bit of the family element to the podcast world. And remember, it's just comedy. Quit being a fucking gash.
Chill.
Chill. Easy, girl.
Easy.
God damn. Whew. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you all in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bert's like, now if more men want to be women, then
Yeah. There we go.
that's just more dudes for me to fuck, Bert says, without getting judged by it.
Just finding a way to cheat the system, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really gay. But he's like, yeah.
How can I not be gay? I could fuck a dude that is no longer a dude.
But what if he
Had his
what
fingers
if he looks
crossed.
like a girl? Yeah. What if he was a good liar?